I guess tomorrow is the deadline. So, how many of you have submitted the graded assignment for this week? You're not able to hear me, or you're not saying anything?
I have submitted, sir.
Okay.
I have submitted.
I have submitted, sir.
Okay. Okay. So we'll solve some problem today. Maybe five, six problems. Those won't be that difficult. It's like pretty simple one. And how is that TA session going? Have any of you have joined the sessions? How is that sessions going on? I guess there are 3 or 4 sessions per week. How is that going on?
All are going pretty good.
Okay. Okay. So for this third week, I guess all the concepts has been discussed already, and I guess TA session is also going on. Okay, so TA session is going good. Nice. Okay, let's start. We'll solve some problem. I'll just share my screen.
Hi Vishal, I'm seeing you somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you have any sample paper for this foundation course, right? Do you
Uh,
have a previous years
Question
examples?
paper.
Yeah,
Okay. So okay, I'll ask the that will be most of you will be having that. But if you don't have, what you can do is, okay, I'll ask the team to upload at least the 2 or 3 terms of previous term papers in the portal itself. In the supplementary content, I'll ask to upload.
yeah. Can you please do that favor so that we will be familiar to how the exam, right? So we
Yeah.
can
Okay. Okay. And then upcoming week, I guess most probably after the week 4, everything will be discussed. After this, I guess 18th. So from 18th to 25th, we'll be having 2 3 sessions where we'll just discuss the previous some paper.
okay.
Yeah, that will also happen. So you can join those sessions as well. So yeah, that will also. I'll ask the team to upload that also. So it will be helpful for the
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Vishal.
Thanks. Okay. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else? You have any issues regarding the portal? Anyone having any issues? No, right? Everything is perfect. So all the assignment solution has been uploaded. The practice assignment, graded assignments, all the previous week solutions has been uploaded. So there's no issues, right? Discourse also is fine. I guess I've seen that the queries has been resolved. Uh, so okay. So if you have anything, you can just tell me. Otherwise, we'll just start this. Okay.
No, sir. Everything is fine.
Okay. Okay. So this is your first question. You can just write it in the chat box. I'll just give you some 2 3 minutes. So it's 3 minutes. I'll give you to solve this. This is pretty simple one. You have a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is a quadratic equation, and then you have been given the sum and the product, and then you have been asked to calculate 4b plus 3c by a. So it's a pretty simple question. You have been given the quadratic equation. You have been given the sum and the product of the roots. So and then you have been given 4b plus 3c. So it's just the how are you going to do the calculation? It's just that some calculation is there, nothing else. It's like pretty simple one. You can just try it out. I'll just give you some 3 minutes. So it's at 8:10. I'll start discussing it by 8:30.
One doubt.
Yeah, what?
So we get two numbers. Which number should we keep as A and B?
Okay. There is any issue? Okay, let's. Okay, everybody has tried this.
Yes, sir. I have tried.
Okay, so you can take what do you get if you have to calculate the sum of the roots? What do you get for the sum of the root? Let's, for example, if you have alpha plus beta, what do you get for this?
Minus B by A.
Minus B by A.
Is minus b by, correct? Yeah, and what do you get for the product?
C by
C
A.
by A.
C by e. Okay, so minus b by a is what? Is 4, correct? And what is this? C by a is
Minus 12.
minus 12. Okay, what do you have to calculate? You have to calculate 4b plus 3c by a, right? Can you write it like this? 4b by a plus 3c by a, and you can do it like this, right? 4, and then you have 3 multiplication of minus 12.
I think, sir, minus B by A in the place of
Okay,
B by A.
sorry. Yeah, so it should be minus 4. So it should be minus 16 minus 36. Yeah. What was your doubt? Can you repeat it again? Like you asked, you were asking what? I didn't. This is pretty simple, right?
Yes, sir. So we get two numbers. Which number should we keep as A and which number should we keep as B? That was my doubt, sir.
Okay. Yeah, but here, how are you calculating A and B exactly?
We put the minus 12 on top and we divide it into 2 so that the sum is 4 and the product is minus 12.
That is fine. But if you have A, B, C, you have three number that you have to calculate, but you have two equations, right? How are you able to calculate A, B, C? I don't think so. You'll be able to calculate all the three. Did you get my point? So I was saying,
Yes, sir.
if you have A, B, C, right, three variable, and you have just two equations, so it will be difficult. Like it's not possible to calculate all A, B, C. So that's why it has been given like this: 4 into B by A, because B by A you have already, and then you have C by A. Correct. That's why I guess they have given this question, so that you can directly use B by A on C upon A. Okay. So there is no need to
Okay, sir.
calculate all the A, B, C. Yeah. Got it
Okay,
right?
sir. Then.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it will be something minus 52. Anyone is having any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So this is your next question. So the next question is, you have been given a parabola y equals to 3x square plus minus 8x plus 5. Okay, so you have to calculate the slope at, so the slope at P and Q isn't given. Okay, so there's some random point that is there in the, on the parabola P by Q, P and Q, and the value at that point dy by dx, or if you don't know that. Okay, so basically the slope at this P comma Q is equals to 4. Okay, what are you going to calculate? Okay, you have to calculate the value of P. Did you understand the question? So this is a parabola, and then the slope at P and Q is 4. The value of P you have to calculate.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, can you please tell the code? What is the code?
Oh, you don't have to join it there. You can just directly solve it and write it in the chat box.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, join PD I didn't tell. Yeah. So it's like pretty. Okay, if you have a parabola this, how do you calculate the vertex? Basically, the quadratic equation.
Minus b by 2a, sir. Comma f of minus b by 2a.
This is what? This is vertex.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what should be the value vertex? Okay, I'm not asking anything about this. This is a separate question. I'm just asking you the how do you calculate the vertices of a parabola? So this is a simple formula minus b upon 2a. So you can directly do that. Okay, and how do you get this? How do you get this vertices? So this parabola, how did it go? Like it will go. Can you tell me whether it will go like this or like this or like this?
Upward, open upward.
To be open. So which one? A, B, C, D. Which one?
B.
So b.
B, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So if it is going like this, so there must be vertices somewhere here, right? And at the vertices, can you give me one what do you call characteristic of this vertex? What is the slope at that place at vertices?
So minimum.
Zero. Zero.
Yeah, the slope will be zero, right? Because it will be parallel to x-axis, correct? So if this is a parallel to x-axis, how many degrees? Like, what is the angle that it's making? Zero, right? This is a x-axis, and the tangent will also be, or tangent, or you can say the slope is also in the same direction. So the tan theta will be zero, basically. So you have a angle as zero, right? So if you are calculating a slope at this place, what is the value you'll be getting? The slope. Slope is basically what? You are doing the differentiation at that point, right? You are
Yes.
calculating dy dx, right? So if you are calculating, if you have y equals to 6 square minus 8x plus 5. So if you are differentiating it, you'll be getting what? 6x minus 8, right? Right? And if this value, this dy dx should be equals to 0, right? Correct? So what are the value you are getting? X equals to 4 upon 3. So this is the vertices, x coordinate of this vertex, 4 by 3. And what is the y coordinate you'll be getting? You can directly put it x here, right? You can directly put this x here. You will get the value of y, right? So this is how calculate. This is how you calculate the vertices. You can remember the direct formula also, but you can calculate like this also if you know the differentiation. Okay. So
Yes.
this is a simple thing. Okay. Yeah. So similarly, this was the point, right? So this is a parabola that has been given to you. You can calculate directly the vertices. The vertices is the first step to basically plot not hyperbola. It's a parabola or the quadratic equation. Okay. Can you tell me the y coordinate? The y-intercept for this. How do you calculate the y-intercept for any vertices, any quadratic equation? If you have to plot this, it is a pretty simple one. This is the vertices you got. Yeah. So
Put the x 0.
correct. To get the y-intercept, you can directly put it x equals to 0. If you're putting the value of x equals to 0, you'll get the value of y as 5, right? So 0, 5 should be the y-intercept, right? So this plot will go something like this. So this is y-axis, this x-axis, correct? So basically, it's not x-axis, like it'll be somewhere it's not correctly. Or one more thing you can calculate to plot exact same as. So what you can do is you can calculate
Find
the
the roots.
x-intercept also. Yeah, correct.
Yes.
X-intercept or the roots of this equation. Okay. So basically, this will be your 0, 5. So you got the idea about the where it is cutting the y-axis. And if you have to exactly plot the quadratic equation, you can calculate the root also, the root for the equation or the x-intercept. Okay, x-intercept also the same thing. Okay, basically you have to put the value of 5 equals to 0. Okay, so you have to equate it 3x square minus 8x plus 5 equals to 0. solve this equation, you'll be getting two values, right? Because squared equations will most probably you'll be getting the two root. Why did I say most probably? It should be always two, or it can be less, or what?
I think the
It
quadratic
is
equation
always
was
2, 3 and
always 2.
5.
Yeah, if the determinant is perfectly fine, then it'll be two. Otherwise, if your determinant is negative, then there's a possibility that it can't be having a root also, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
They will be having a complex root, not the real root. So the complex root is not has been taught. So yeah, so for you it will be always two for now. It can have a repeated root, but it will be like, for example, if you have something like this, x minus 2 ka whole square. What is the root? How many roots are there?
2 roots, both are
Two
2.
roots.
2
Yeah,
roots.
both are two. Yeah, it's
Two
like a
roots.
repeated root at two. This really, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So to plot the exact quadratic equation, what are the steps? First, calculate the vertices. Why I'm saying, like, teaching you this, most probably you'll be having a questions from this, okay, where you can solve that problem, but for that you should be able to plot the at least plot that quadratic equation. If you are able to plot the quadratic equation, you'll be able to solve all the problems. So you'll be having a good chunk of questions from this quadratic equation. At least 2-3 questions are there from the quadratic equation. So what you can do is first calculate the vertices. Vertices you can calculate from the formula, or if you know the basic things about the differentiation, you can calculate it from there.
The
Second
vertex
thing
is
is
wait a
yeah.
second. The vertex is like the where the curve is taking a turn, right? The bottom one.
No, it's not the always, but if let's for example this was the quadratic equation, okay, where that was going downward. So then this was the point where where the quadratic equation will be having the maximum value, right? So
And
only
this is the
one thing is,
vertex.
yeah, correct. So this is the vertex for a quadratic equation that is going downward. So
So
only one thing,
how do
yeah.
we know this equation will form the vertex at the
Yes, 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 yes.
how like the slope will
That
form at the vertex only?
yes, that point, the if you found the plot the tangent,
Yeah,
that
and
slope will
if
be
that
0.
is true, and this slope should be 0.
Yes.
Yeah, this should always be zero. If you're asking me, how do you get to know about this, whether A is correct or B is correct, that you can get it from the idea from the, see, if you have something like this,
Maximum or
maximum minimum also, that is also fine. You can get an idea from there also. Or if you have a quadratic equation like this, the coefficient of A will give you an idea, and how
yes,
that,
yes, yes.
yeah, coefficient of A will give you an idea. Or what you can do is, if you don't know that also, what you can do is you can just think of like this. Okay. if yeah, so if you have something like x squared plus bx plus c, so if you are able to know about the coefficient, whether it's a positive or negative, from there you can get an idea. Okay, that will be
Idea
the
about what?
simplest way to get it. Yeah, that will try
Idea
it.
about whether it opens upward or downward.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
That will
that
give
is
you.
very intuitive. But my question is, how this equation tells you that vertex is the only point where this slope is 4. That you have used a equation and formula for vertex, right? Minus b by 2 and f of minus b by 2a. So you must have known that the slope is forming at the vertex.
Okay. One more thing. Whatever I was discussing, that was not regarding this question. Okay. So this is a different thing. Okay. First of all, I just delete this. I was saying you about how do you plot a quadratic equation. This question is a different question. This question is totally different. Okay. So okay. So this question I was not discussing. I was just discussing, if you have a quadratic equation, how will you plot that? Okay. I didn't took the slope as 4 here. I just took the slope as 0 to know the vertex. I didn't take the slope equals to 4. Is it clear now? See,
But the
what did I
slope
do?
is already given 4.
One more thing. I was just plotting this. see, if I have to plot, let's for example, I have to plot this simply. This coordinate equation I have to plot. I didn't bother about that. I just have to plot this equation. How will I plot this? This is my question. So you don't have to worry about this slope. So there can be, see, you can have a parabola, you can have a coordinate equation. So there can be some point, right? I didn't. So this question is saying at some particular P and Q, the slope is, so if you are calculating dy dx at that point, the slope is equals to 4. It didn't tell that the at this point the slope is 4. How can the parabola, like a chord equation, has a slope equals to some value at the vertices? It can't possible, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so this is what I was saying. I was saying that I was not discussing about that particular
so
question at
simply
the
here we will take the equation and differentiate and equate it with the slope
huh.
which is given.
Okay, to solve this problem, okay, I'll solve this problem and then I'll come to what I was discussing. If you have to solve this question directly, what you can do is this simple question, like given like at some particular P and Q, this is equals to 4. You can use the formula also. This formula you already are aware of that. Okay, or you can use this also. If you are differentiating it, this PD is 6 minus 8 equals to 4, right? Or you can put it here 6p, right? P has been given as the x coordinate. Minus 8 equals to 4 and then 6p equals to 12. So you are left with p equals to 2, right? Okay, so you can solve using this method or the formula. What is the formula for the slope? If you are
So
aware of that,
so the
2a,
value of p is 2, right?
yeah, the value of p is 2. So the point at which the slope is equals to 4, at least the x coordinate is the 2. Okay, y coordinate you can calculate it. You can just put it 2 here and you can get the y coordinate. Okay, is this clear to everyone?
Yeah, so how the previous method was
Yes.
correct?
Yeah. So now what I was saying is, I was just saying, how do you plot this? How can you plot this quadratic equation? So to plot this quadratic equation, this quadratic equation will go somewhat like this, right? Correct? Because the a is
Mhm.
positive, the coefficient of x square is positive. Okay, so it will go something like this. You can get an idea, right? If you want to put it x as, let's for example, this was ax square plus bx plus c. If you want to put it, let's for example, x as infinite value, what do you get? Like this will be positive. Okay, so leave that method. If I have to plot this, what can I do is first I have to calculate the vertex. So the first step to plot any quadratic equation is to get the vertex. The second step should be what is the y-intercept? Okay, why is the y-intercept and the x-intercept? If you have these three values, you will be able to plot that. Okay, so to calculate further, you can calculate the vertices. Vertices, how will you calculate? You have the formula, or if you don't remember the formula, what you can do is you can do the differentiation and equate it to 0, because at the vertices the slope will be 0. So from there you can get this point at least. And if you are having the y-intercept, you can get the point where it is like colliding with the y-axis. So you can get that value also. And if you are calculating the root or the x intercept, you will get the point at which the value of the roots also. So this will be your exact figure. Okay, it will be exact that coordinate equation plot that you can
So
from.
this was different from the solution.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, oh, got you.
Okay, to calculate the plot, so see, there will be some value. Let's for example, this is a point, right? This is a point where this, let's for example, this p and q, and the slope divided x, this equals to 4. So that you can calculate. You have the formula 2ax plus b, put the value of a, b, equate it to 4, put the value of x here p, and then can calculate the value of p, and p you will be getting as 2. Okay.
Yeah.
If you have any issue, anyone is having any issue in this is simple, but this is simple. You must be getting some 2-3 questions from the chord equation. Okay, so this like in the your paper. Okay, so you can just practice the chord equation. At least the formulas, the simple formulas, or if you are aware of the differentiation, you can calculate it directly. but somebody hasn't studied the differentiation, you will be taught in some week 5th or 6th, but you have been given some formula so that you can use it directly. Okay, excuse me. So okay, so the solution is also been given to you. Now you have to calculate. How will you calculate the y coordinate? We calculated p as 2, right? How will you calculate the y coordinate?
The y coordinate is 1, I guess, for that question.
Okay. How will you calculate that y coordinate?
Just submit that. Just
By putting x is equal to
Yeah, because P and Q, see, P and Q is lying on the chord equation, right?
yes, sir.
So for sure P will satisfy this. So if you are putting the P here, the value of P is equals to 2. That is x equals to P equals to 2. If you are putting the value of P here, you'll get the value of 5. So if you are putting this 3, 2 square minus 16 plus 5, right? So you'll be getting the value. So this is what? This is 12 plus 5 minus 16. Basically this is 1.
1.
Yeah. So this was also a very simple question. Let's move to the next one. Yeah, this question has been given to you. So for this question, you have to plot the chord equation. Without plotting, you can calculate that, but it will be difficult for you. So it's better you calculate. You at least plot the chord equation. Okay. So this is a question to you, and this you can take for some 5 minutes to solve this. A ball has been thrown from the top of the building, and the height of the ball from the ground after t seconds has been given to you. Okay, so your x-axis here is t and your y-axis is some, you can assume this as a st or y. Okay, and then which of the following is the correct options? You have been given 4 options, so multiple select one. Okay, so this is msq, more than one is correct. Okay, so just at least try to plot this, and you can use your formula, or if you know the differentiation, use those concepts to solve this question. So I already told you the method. First calculate the vertex, the y-intercept, and the x-intercept. How is this? Please mute yourself. Yeah. So have everyone tried this?
Yes, sir.
Or should I wait for some more time? Okay. What is the minus 2 t square plus 40 plus 16? Okay. How will you plot this?
It is negative, right? Negative parabola. Right.
Okay. What should be the first step? To calculate the vertex, right?
B by
The
2.
second step is y-intercept, and the third is x-intercept. Can you please mute yourself? I don't know who's this, but okay. Yeah, if you have to plot this, okay. How will you calculate the vertices? Okay, first tell me whether this plot, the quadratic equation, whether this quadratic equation will go upward or downward.
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 Downward, sir.
Downward, right? How will you calculate the vertices? Calculate this dy dt minus 40 plus 4 equals to 0. So t equals to what?
1.
1.
What should be the y coordinate? What should be the y coordinate at t equals to 0 if you are putting the value of 2 here?
16.
What is the value of st you are getting?
18. 18.
18. Okay.
Okay.
So your vertex is what? Your vertex you have got, right? Vertex is 1 comma 18.
1,18.
Okay. So this will be somewhat like this. Correct? Okay. And this vertex is what? This is 1 comma 18. What is the y-intercept? Y-intercept, how will you calculate y-intercept?
By putting x equals to 0.
Yeah. Put x equals to 0. If you are putting or t equals to 0 here, specifically.
Yes, sir.
If you are putting the t equals to 0, what is the value of you are getting?
16.
Y
16.
is 16. Right? So it will be something
Yes.
like this. This is 0 comma 16. Correct?
Yes,
And
sir.
what is the value of x-intercept? X-intercept, what is the value of x-intercept you are getting? Or the root of this equation? Or root of this equation?
Four and minus 8.
4 and minus 8. Four and minus 8. I think so you're doing the mistake, guys.
It's 4 and minus 2, sir.
Okay, yeah, that should be correct, right? Minus 2 and this is 4. Minus 2 comma what? If you are getting minus comma 0, right? Okay, so this is your
Yes.
root, this is your root. Yeah, this is your vertex. Correct. Now what has been asked? You have been given some, so consider the root of the building at the origin. That is what we have considered. Okay, so this is the height of the building, right? This is 16 or whatever the unit is there. 16 unit is the height of the building. Correct. So the ball reaches maximum height after 1 second. So you can see that. Yeah. So after this, you can see that after 1 second only we are reaching at the maximum height, and the maximum height is what? 18 unit.
18.
Okay, and the time that we are taking is 1 second. So that is fine. So the first option is correct. So the second is the height of the building is 16 feet. That is also correct. Our y-intercept, right? So y-intercept was 16 feet. Okay, 16 feet if this is the unit. What is the third option? So the ball travel in the air for 4 seconds before it reaches the ground. So when does it reaches the ground? So it reaches the ground here, right? So we have started from here. Okay, it went like this. So after 4 seconds, it reaches the ground. Okay, so this is the root, second root. You can see that, right? It touches the ground at after 4 seconds. So this is also correct. What about this? This is the third option is also the maximum height reached by the ball is 18 feet. That is also correct, right? You can see that the maximum height was 16 plus 2.
Yes, sir.
Got it? If you have any doubt, you can just ask me. I'll just wait for some time. If you have any doubt in this question, you can ask. I'll just go through the comment also.
Sir,
Yeah.
how to find the roots of the equations, sir?
Okay. So for okay, this is pretty simple. So you have that determinant form, right? How do you, so for any quadratic equation, how do you calculate that? You can directly write it. This is a basic formula that you read it from, I guess, class 7th or 8th. Minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac by 2a, right? You can use this method,
Yes.
or you can use the factorization also. Factorization also is a good method to calculate it. But if you are not able to see the sum or the product, okay, what you can do is you can directly use this formula to calculate the square root.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sorry, the root of, not the square root, the root of any quadratic equation. This formula, you can use it directly.
Okay, sir.
Okay, many times you will get to know about the roots directly. So you just have to find the values of x that will satisfy that equation. Okay, so that value itself you have to find it. Okay, you can use this method. You can factorize that with using factorization also you can do it. So whichever suits that at that time you can use that. That depends on the quadratic equation also. If that is a pretty difficult and like you are not able to see the roots directly, then you can use this method. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So this is done. So yeah, this was the question. The next question. So this is the next question. You have been given a quadratic equation, and then you have been given a straight line. You have to find the point of intersection. Okay, so at which point this both the plot is getting intersected, that point you have to calculate. This is also pretty simple. You can just calculate it. You just have to take out one y from one equation and put it in the other equation, or you can equate the y value. So it's pretty simple, right? So you have some you have a two quadratic equation, right? So this will be something like this, and then you have a straight line cutting that. So you'll be having some intersection point, right? Correct. So it can intersect by many method, like more, like you can go like this also. Let's for example you have a parabola or a quadratic equation, something like, so it can cut like this also, it can just touch, or it will not cut at any point. So all the three condition can happen. You have to just check whether this both equations are having any intersection point or not. If that doesn't have an intersection point, that means like at not at even a single point, this curve is cutting the other one. Okay, and if this is, can you tell me if this is the situation, what does that mean? What can you say about this straight line if this is touches and go?
Slope?
Yeah, this is basically the slope at some particular point, right? Yes, you can just calculate. So if this is cutting at 2 points, so it's like one more thing you can do is you can calculate, after calculating the point of intersection, you also calculate the length of that line segment. Let's for example if this was a chord equation and the straight line is cutting like this, so you have to calculate the length of this AB also. If this is if this straight line is cutting at 2 points, if it's not cutting, then you don't have to. Did you understand this question? Have you calculated this? Have you tried? Are you able to hear me or not?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay. So how many of you have tried this? Have you tried? You don't have to do anything, you just have to equate the y value, right? So this is what saying, the question is saying that the this quadratic equation and the straight line is intersecting at some point, right? So at intersection, let's for example this is intersecting at this point, right? So if this is intersecting, let's for example x and y is the coordinate, so that x and y will satisfy both the quadratic equation, both the quadratic equation as well as the line segment also, right? So that the same x and y so will lie on this straight line also, and the same x and y will lie on the quadratic equation also, right? So we can just have to equate the value of y. So if this was x square by 2, so that must be equals to what? 4y minus x equals to 3. So 4y equals to x plus 3, and y is equals to x plus 3. This is x plus 3 by 4. This is what we have to equate it. So x square minus x minus 3 equals to 0. What is the value of x you are getting? The root. Okay, sorry, this is 4, right? So this is 4. So you have to equate it by x plus 3 by 4. So this is the equation you'll be getting. Now you can calculate the root of this equation. If you're getting the two roots, that means it is intersecting at 2 points, right? And if it is intersecting at 2 points, you can calculate the value of x1 and x2. Similarly, you can calculate y1 and y2. And after calculating x1, x2, y1, y2, you can calculate this distance also to calculate the length of this line segment. Please calculate this. Please calculate the root of this equation and then the x1, y1, all the coordinate, and calculate the length of the line segment.
I have done, sir.
Okay. What is the value of line segment you are getting? The length of this line segment? Okay. First tell me
5 by
the
8 multiplied by root 17.
Okay. What is the value of x1, y1 you are getting? Which of them is correct?
C and D.
C and D. So you have this. What? Yeah. So one value is 3 upon 2, 9 by 8, and the other is minus 1 by 1 upon 2. So you can basically simply calculate the length, right? Is there any problem? Anyone?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, right? Let's move to the next question. Yeah, this is a question. The sum of the square of two consecutive even natural number is 340. You have to calculate find the product of those two natural number. Okay, this is what you have to calculate. How did you solve this? If anybody has solved this, how did you try? How did you proceed this question? What are the values you are getting? What is the value you are getting?
12 and 14.
12 and 14.
12 and 14.
What are the other values you are getting?
Those are invalid.
What is the other one? Anybody has got any other answer?
Sir, 4 and 16.
4 and 16. Okay, so the sum of square of two consecutive numbers. So whenever you are getting some values, it will be some two consecutive even number, right? So it will be something like 2k and 2k plus 2, right? In this form, it should be in this form. So it can't 4 comma 7 or something, some random values, it can't be. So let's try this. If you just assume this one value as 2k, so the other will be 2k plus 2, right? Why did I take 2k? Because it's an even number, so I took it as 2k. Okay, what is the question? So this is asking the sum of square of two consecutive even numbers. So if I'm doing the 2k ka whole square
Why we're taking
plus
2?
2k, what?
We're taking 2k plus 2.
Hmm.
So if
It's
I have to take a
an
consecutive,
even number.
it will be okay.
It's an even
Yes,
Sir,
number.
we
sir.
can take k and k plus 2 also, right?
2k and 2k plus 1, I thought.
No. So it's an even number, so it should be taking 2k and 2k plus 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, can we take k and k plus 2?
No, k you should not be taking, right? So always take 2k to avoid any confusion, right? Yeah, because 2k will always be even number, right? If you're
Sir,
assuming something,
yes, sir, but if k is an even number, k plus 2 will also be an even number, right? So,
even number, but if you're getting k as a odd number, it will be difficult. See, why I'm taking 2k? Because 2k will always be like if I have to assume something, I'll assume that number that for sure will be a even number, right? So that's why I'm taking
yes.
2k. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can solve this 340, right? So it will be from 4k square plus 4k square plus 4 plus 8k equals to 340. It will be some 8k square plus 8k minus 336 equals to 0. So if you're solving, what is the value you're getting? 4k square plus 4k. So you can directly reduce it, I guess. The 4 for sure will. So this will be 2k square plus 2k equals to 42, and this will be k square plus k equals to 21. So what is the value of k you are getting? I guess this is wrong. I directly got it. Yeah, this is right. So you can solve this k plus k square plus k minus 42 equals to 0.
Yeah, that's give the k 6 and minus 7.
K equals to 6. So you'll be having 2k as what? 12
12.
and 14. Yeah, so 12 and 14 is correct. Okay, anyone is having any issue in this?
No.
No, right. Okay, I'll give you one more question.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why we are taking only 2K? Because I understood your point, but what if we just take it as K? I mean, what kind of trouble would we face?
If you're okay, because you have to assume something. If you're assuming k as an odd number, like k is a normal number, so k can be anything odd or even, right?
Yeah.
And if you're solving that, if you're getting k as 5, so your answer should be like 5 and 7, something like that. But that can't be the possible answer because you're just talking about the even number, right?
Okay. Oh, so
So it's like a sum of
there is a
both.
possibility. There is a possibility
Yeah,
for two consecutive odd numbers squares also to be 340. So that's why we are eliminating that.
yeah, correct.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
No, sir, but that gives the right answer also. K and K plus 2. In
In
fact,
some
that gives
cases,
the
Yeah, for
in
this
some
case it
cases.
can be, but for some cases it can like it can come as a other value also. Because why I'm saying it, because both were a even number, that's why I took it. If it was something like a two consecutive number and the difference is 2, then you can take it k and k plus 2. But if this is a given as a particular as an even number, you should be taking, you are assuming if some values, if you are assuming, you should be assuming in such a way that the value that you are getting in the end should be a even number. You can get the correct answer for some cases for sure, but not always. That I can tell you. Yeah,
Even the general formula for even numbers are 2k.
yeah. So this is what I was saying. You always take it. If you have been given some odd number, you can take it like 2k plus 1 and 2k plus 3, something like that. So that in the end, the answer that you should be getting should not be incorrect. Okay, this is your like because you can take it as a k also, but k can be a even number also. If you are assuming as an odd number, if this is a given, if the given question was something related to the odd, you should be taking 2k plus 1 and 2k plus 3. That should be the best way to solve. You can get the answer for some problems, but not always. That is for sure. Yeah. Okay.
okay, sir.
The next question, if you have been given an equation of a tangent, so let's, for example, you have been given this question. So the question is, you have been given okay, and how will you plot this? First of all, how will you plot? So to plot this, you should be having vertex, then y coordinate, and then the x intercept. Now I'm asking is to calculate the equation of a line. Equation of the line at some point minus 3 comma 11.
So question seems incomplete.
Why? You have a equation.
Sir, calculate the equation of line at minus 3 and 11.
Yeah, you have to calculate the equation of a line at minus 3 comma 11. Okay, to get the equation of a line, what do you need?
Slope and a point,
Slope and a
at
point.
least.
How can you calculate the slope at this point?
Yes, sir. I can calculate. Yes, sir. We can differentiate the equation of parabola, quadratic, and put this point.
Yeah, what is the value of slope you are getting? What is the value of slope you are getting at this point? Can you tell me? Minus?
Minus 9 by 4.
Minus 9 by 2.
4, 4.
Sir, -3.
Minus 3, I guess, should be the correct one. You can calculate it. It's not that difficult. You can just calculate it. 4x.
But sir, problem here is -3, 11 doesn't lie the parabola.
Oh, is this? 2
Yes, sir.
into.
It gives the positive.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. It's not lying itself. So I guess this okay. So some random AB point. So you can calculate this, right? So okay, this was not lying. You're correct. This data in itself is incorrect. Okay, so we have been given some another question. So this is y equals to 2, and you have been given y equals to 4x square. So it will be bounded. So this straight line will cut this chord equation twice. Okay, so you have to tell me the length of the line segment. This will be some parabola. It will go or a chord equation. This is a chord equation. It will cut somewhere like this. You have to tell me this length. This is cutting at A and B. Tell me the length of AB.
That's 2 times root half.
2 times root half. Everybody has solved this? Okay. If you solve this, try this one. Do I need to solve this? What is the value you are getting? The x coordinate, the x1, y1, and the x2, y2. What is the value you are getting? We are putting the value for x square equals to 2. What is the value you are getting?
1 by 2.
1 by
Root 2.
1 by root 2 comma 2
and here
minus 1 by
Actually,
root 2 comma 2.
yes, left one minus, right one plus.
okay. And then you can calculate the length, like pretty not that difficult. Okay, try this one. If you have been given a y1, this is the question, this is the last question of your day. And when given something like y1 equals to minus x square minus 6x, and y2 is been given something like x square plus 6x plus 10. Okay, or you can think of this is f1 and this is f2. In the domain of this function, domain you are already aware, right? The value that you can put inside this function. Okay, so something
Yes.
like the domain of the function fx is, so domain is alpha comma beta, and the given information is given f1 alpha equals to f2 alpha and f1 beta is equals to f2 beta. Now tell me the values of alpha and beta. So you have been given f1, f2. The domain of the function is alpha comma beta. You have been given this f1x equals to f2x and f1 beta, f1 alpha equals to f2 alpha, and then f1 beta equals to f2 beta. What is the value of alpha and beta?
Minus 5 comma minus 1.
Minus 5 comma
Minus 1.
any other answer? This is A. How did you solve this?
Actually, we can prepare 4 pairs. Minus 5, minus 1, minus 5, minus 5. Actually, yes. Minus 5, minus 1, yeah. Overall.
Basically, you have to calculate the point at which this is intersecting, right? Those two
Yes.
functions. Correct?
Uh,
So if you are
Yes, 1 comma 6.
not one, I guess minus 5 comma minus 1 is correct, because you just have to equate those things so that you can get the alpha
Yes,
from
equate.
alpha and beta from here, right? And this is some function
yes,
fx
yes,
whose
yes,
domain
yes.
is alpha comma beta. So if you are equating both this equation directly, you can get the value of alpha beta, right?
Okay, okay. Let's put different method.
Yeah, so let's, for example, if I'm equating it, minus x square minus 6x equals to x square plus 6x plus 10. Okay, if you're putting something like this, 2x square, and then you have 12x plus 10 equals to 0. You can solve this, you'll be getting something minus 1 comma minus 5. This is correct answer. Is it clear to everyone, this question?
But sir, the value of x is the alpha value. No, sir.
Yeah. See, 1 alpha, so whatever the values that you are getting, right, there will be alpha, beta, both. So 1 alpha you are getting from here, the other one you are getting from beta. And alpha, beta are what? Alpha, beta are basically the root, whenever the root of the values that you will be getting after equating y1 equals to y2. This is what has been given. F1 alpha equals to F2 alpha, right? And F1 beta, this is basically what? Alpha, beta at some particular point. So this is beta also. F1 beta equals to F2 beta. Correct?
Yes, sir, it is
Okay,
correct.
sir. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's solve one more problem. If you have been given something like fx, 1fx has been given to you. And then you have been given gx. And then you have hx. This is h1 and this is h2. Okay. Now tell me about the root, the characteristic of the root of h1 and h2. What is the difference that you are getting? You have to calculate first sum of roots of h1x product also this is what you have to calculate. These two things you have to calculate.
Two and minus 6.
2 sum, what is the value 2? Sum 2.
2 by 3.
Yes.
Yeah, this will be 2 by 3, correct.
2 by 3. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this will be minus 2. Okay, what
Yes.
about the
Minus
root? What about the axis of symmetry? What about the axis of symmetry of h1 and h2? Will it be same or it will be different?
It will be same.
Right, it will be same, right?
Same, sir,
Because
because
you're plotting, one will be
reflector.
something like this and the other will be like this, correct?
Sir, exactly opposite.
Yeah. And what about the root? Will the root be like, how will what will be the characteristic of the roots? Will be real, distinct, or yeah, sorry. What should be the characteristic of the root of the h1? Will it be real or complex
Real.
or distinct or real, distinct? What can you say about the characteristic of h1? What is the value of h1 you're getting? What is the h1 you have got?
So
minus 3x square.
3x square.
X square plus 2x plus 6.
Yeah, correct. If you're getting this, we'll be getting the root also, right? So I guess the root should be real and distinct, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, we are finding by the formula minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac about 2 upon 2a, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can use that method. Yeah, you can use this method, minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac by 2. you can use this method. Or if you are good at factorization, like you can use that method also. But this is the robust method. So whenever you have a difficulty finding the roots, you can use that. Okay. I guess we have okay. We have solved so many questions. Yeah, and whatever we have solved this, you can try it once more. Most of the problem from the if you have solved all the questions right today, most probably you'll be able to solve the question in the qualifier exam also. So all the questions will be on the same page. Okay, so I went through the questions paper. More or less it was the same difficulty level. So if you are able to solve this, all the questions that we have solved, you'll be able to solve in the exam also. Okay, so so this is the
Yes.
last question for the day. Okay, and then we can just close this session. So this is 5m plus 5 x square.
Sir, are you
And then
these the screen?
What
Yes,
for?
sir. Please share this slide with us
Slides.
in the chat section.
Yeah, slide will be shared. Yeah, slide will be shared. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
So you have this question. You have to tell me the sum of this. This is the equation, the quadratic equation that you have. And one more thing, you will be having a revision session also. So we'll plan the revision session also next week. So after the 4th week will get ended, we'll plan the 2 revision session. Okay, one will be for week 1 and 2, and the other will be for week 3 and 4. Okay, something like that we'll plan. Okay, and then you will be having the TA session also. So there will be 3 TA session. Okay, they'll discuss 3 PYQ, previous term paper, 3 term. So, or maybe they can solve 1 mock and 2 previous term paper. Okay. So please attend those sessions. Okay, that'll help you a lot. So this is your
Okay, sir.
this is the question, that this is the quadratic equation, and you have been given the sum. Okay, sum of the roots equals to 3, and the product of the roots. Now you have to tell me the value of m plus n. The schedule will be updated in the calendar, maybe most probably in the next week, upcoming by this coming Sunday.
Three, sir.
What?
Three.
M
What is the value of m? What is the value of m?
0.
0.
So 0, the value of n is -3.
N will be 3.
N will be 3, right? How did you solve that? What is the value of sum?
Minus b by a.
Minus b by a. What is that value that you are getting?
Actually,
4n
plus 3 upon
3.
5m plus 5.
5n upon 5 equals to 3, right? This is the first equation. The second equation you'll get it from the product, right? So the product is what? C upon E. And the values that you are getting is 10 upon 5m plus 5 equals to 2. So you can get directly m from here, right? So if you're getting this, 5 will get cancelled. You'll be left with 0. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is get 2 upon 5, and this is basically 5m plus 5 equals to 5. So that's why it will get cancelled. So left with m equals to 0, right? So if you're putting m equals to 0 here, so you'll be left with 4n plus 3 equals to 15. And if you're putting 4n equals to 12, so you'll be left with n equals to 3. Correct? Anybody has any doubt in this? So whatever we have discussed from starting to end, I'll just go through that. If you have any doubt in any of the question, you can just ask me. I'll just ask you for the last time, and then we'll wrap up. This was the first question. Okay, this is a pretty simple one. Sum and product. So you are already aware of that now. So our next question was the parabola and the slope. The slope you can calculate it maybe by the differentiation, or you can use the direct formula. So this is also this was pretty simple, and you should be knowing how to plot that coordinate equation also. To plot that coordinate equation, you should be knowing how to calculate the vertices, how to calculate the y-intercept, and how to calculate the x-intercept. X-intercept is basically the roots of the coordinate equation. Okay, and you should be knowing what is the coefficient of that x square. If the coefficient is positive, it will go upward. If it's negative, it will go downward. This is what you should be knowing. The basic 4-5 things that you should be knowing to solve any question in the coordinate equation. Okay, and the next one was pretty simple. The next one, yeah. So this was something. So just a coordinate equation. The time in the form of some time and height. Okay, some hints was also given here. So this hint was given already, and this can be solved. If you are able to plot that, you'll be able to solve this. There is no any difficulty in this question if you are able to plot that equation. Okay, and then the next question was pretty simple. The next question was the sum of a square of two even number. Okay, no, the other one was you just have to you can be given a straight line in the equation. You can be asked to calculate the point of intersection. So the point of intersection, you are already, I told you, there can be some particular point xy where both of them will satisfy. If both of them are satisfied, that means at that point you can just equate the value of x or y. So we can equate it y to get the value of x. Okay, and then you can get the value of x coordinate, you can put it and get the value of y coordinate also. So this was also simple. And then the last one was to calculate the information was given to you that the sum of two consecutive even number is some value, and then you can take 2k or 2k plus 2 if it is given the odd even number, and if it's given odd number, you can take it 2k plus 1, 2k plus 2, 2k plus 3 to solve that. Then we have a questions where you have been given some coordinate equation and can be given a point. At that point, you can be asked to calculate the tangent, or the tangent particular. Basically, you have to calculate the equation of a straight line at that particular point. So you have a point, you can calculate the slope, because the slope you can calculate it by the differentiation or the formula that you have at that particular point. You can equate it to get the value of m, and then if you have a slope and you have a point, you can calculate the straight line. This was simple. And the rest we have almost solved the concept that was repeated. So sum and product, and then equate the value of x and y to get the value of coordinates where it is intersecting. Okay, so I guess this was from.
Can you go back up one question?
Yeah. Question number?
One more back.
Yeah, this one?
Yeah. How to give me an overview like.
Okay. So this question was, see, you have been given some two equation, and then the information given was there is some random function. There is some random function with domain alpha and beta. Okay, so till there it is fine, right? So there is some random function. This is not talking about f1 and f2. This is some function fx. Okay, it's not related to f1 and f2. It's just given that this function has a domain alpha and beta. And how will you calculate alpha and beta? So for to calculate alpha and beta also they have given something. Okay, so how will you calculate? So the given information, because you have to calculate two variables. So this is two variable alpha and beta. So you should be needing some equation in that form. So see, to solve the equation to get two variable, how many equation you need? Two equation you need, right? Okay, but here it has been given only one equation. But the benefit here is the value will be getting a two roots, right? So that's why if this is given something like f1 x alpha equals to f2 alpha, that
We
means
have
alpha
already
will also
given
satisfy
we have
and
two
beta will also
equations.
satisfy. So both will satisfy. Alpha and beta both are satisfying the equation, right? So both are satisfying. That means what? The root they're asking. So alpha and beta basically just have to calculate the root of it. Okay.
So we have to find two variable alpha and beta, and we have two equations, y1 and y2.
To calculate any two variable anywhere, you should be needing two equation to solve that. Okay, two linear equation to solve that. Let's, for example, you are solving 2x plus y equals to 5, and then so if this is given like this, you can't solve it from one equation, right? Can you solve it? Can you get the value of
No,
x
no,
and y
no.
from one equation itself? You can't, right? Because as the value of y will vary, the value of x will also vary. If you have been given something like this, 5y equals to 3, now you have two equation, two variables, you can get it the value to, you can get the value of x and y, right? Now here you have been given two variable alpha and beta, okay, and the equation shows so alpha is satisfying this f1x also, right? And alpha is satisfying f2 also. Similarly, beta is satisfying f1 also, and beta is satisfying b2, this also, right? So this both the equation is satisfying the both the equations, right? So if alpha and beta both are satisfying this equation, right? Correct? Alpha and beta at some particular point, let's for example, alpha is satisfying this equation and beta is also satisfying this equation. So how can you get the value of alpha and beta? This is basically the roots of these equations, right? Do roots wherever you are equating. So see, if you are equating x1 minus x1 x square equals to, so from here you are getting some values, right? So this is what he is saying. So you can directly put it something like this: minus alpha square minus 6 alpha equals to alpha square plus 6 alpha plus 10, right? Similarly for the beta also you can equate it like this: minus beta square minus 6 beta equals to beta square plus 6 beta plus 10, right? So what are the values that you are getting? Will be the value of alpha and beta, correct? So you can get it to alpha, and so alpha 1 alpha 2 you can get it from here, beta 1 beta 2 you can get it from here, but both will be same, right? So you'll be getting the same values, right? Correct or not? So you can take one value is alpha 1 and one value is alpha beta, and then that can be the domain for the alpha. Is it clear?
So y1x, so y1 is f1x, right?
Yeah, y1 is f1x and y2 is f2x.
So okay, so we need to find two variables, alpha and beta.
See, this is equals y some function. So fx has been given, f1 x has been given something, f2x has been given. We have been given the information f1 alpha equals to f2 alpha. That means what? Alpha will satisfy this f1x and alpha will satisfy f2x also, correct?
Yeah.
Like if we are putting alpha, not satisfy, if I am putting alpha here and if I am putting alpha here, so at that particular points both will be equal, right? So I can put it something like this: minus alpha
So
square
alpha is the root.
minus 6 alpha equals to something alpha square plus 6 alpha plus 10, correct? Can I put it like this? So because alpha, whenever I'm putting alpha in this f1 and alpha in this f2, at that particular point this condition is holding, right? This is what has been given in the information, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And now similarly for the beta also, f1 beta is equals to f2 beta, correct? Now you have been given minus beta square minus 6 beta equals to beta square plus 6 beta plus 10. If you are solving, both the equations are same, right? Only the alpha beta is different. So you'll be getting some values, right? Two values you'll be getting from here, alpha 1. Similarly, you'll be getting beta, two values, and both will be same, right? Right? So you can just take it like this, right? Minus 1. Because those are working as a domain. So domain means there will be the lesser value that you are getting will be alpha, and the larger value will be a beta, because this is a domain, right? The domain means something from alpha to beta. This is satisfying some function fx.
So the alpha equation will give 2, minus 5 and minus 1, and beta equation will give 2. So so which one to
No,
take?
minus beta will also will give you minus 1 and minus. Both are same equation, right?
Okay.
Both are same equation.
Okay, got it. Same equation.
Okay. Anyone is having any doubt in the problem that we have discussed?
Sir, in that px, qx, 2x square plus 5kx, which question is hx is equal to px minus qx. After that question.
This one?
Sir, I am getting the, yes sir, I am getting the value of under root b square minus 4 is under root 76. Is that right? I'm doing
Okay,
it
you have
right
to
or not?
calculate. What do you have to calculate? You have to calculate the root, right?
Yes, sir.
For this equation itself?
This one only, h1x.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is basically what minus. Okay, let's directly write it like this. So how did you calculate minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac by 2a? Okay, tell me the values of whatever you have kept it. So the value
Minus
you have
b
kept it minus b minus
and minus 2 plus minus
minus 2 4 minus
under
what is
root
the value
of
you have kept it?
4 minus
Uh,
4 into minus 3 into 6.
minus 3
4 into
into
minus
6.
3.
Okay. Okay, what is the value you are getting?
Minus 3 into
So this
6
is
into
pretty
4 also, sir. Minus 3 into
minus
6 into
4.
minus 4. Sir, that 4 AC, na?
Okay.
4
Okay, okay,
AC.
okay. 6, yeah. Sorry, I did some mistake here. Basically, minus 4 into A is minus 3 and
Minus 3 into 6.
okay. So what is the value you are getting? 12 into 6 is into 6 plus 4 minus 2 plus minus 6. This is what you are getting?
Yes, sir. 72.
So you're getting minus 2 plus minus is this the value that is H1 is calculated correctly?
Sir, under root is 78, right?
Minus 2 plus minus is 4 plus 76. 72, I guess. This is 12 into 6,
72,
right?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No,
And
this
after
is
that, it will be
76 correct.
76.
That is correct. And then you have 2 into minus 3. Yeah, this is correct. Minus 2 plus minus root of 76 upon minus 6. This is the root you should be getting.
That's root 76 will be the 8.7177, like something.
But
Should be
why are
right.
you calculating that? Why are you calculating that? The exact
Okay,
value.
we don't have to calculate that. Okay,
You
okay.
don't have to calculate. Yeah. For this equation, too, you just have to calculate the sum of the roots. So sum of the root you can directly calculate minus b by a, and product you can calculate it by c by a. Right?
Sum
You
of
don't
the
have
root and product. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Sir, can you go to the last question?
I have a doubt in this.
Yeah.
The
Sir,
previous
here,
one. Okay. Go for it.
sir, here, how did we get the m is equal to 0?
M equals to 0. Okay. See, what is the value of the product? What is the value has been given? The product of the roots?
2, sir.
2, right? What is the value you'll be getting? C upon A, right?
Yes, sir.
What is C here? 10.
10.
What is A here?
5m plus 5.
Okay, it's equal to 2, right? This is 5.
Yes, sir.
So you're
Yes,
left
sir.
with 5m plus 5 equals to 5. So this got cancelled. So m equals to 0, right?
Okay, sir. Okay. Got it, sir. Thank you.
And similarly, you can calculate n. Anyone is having any issue in this?
No, not in this, and the previous one.
Okay, this one, right?
Yeah, just briefly explain overview.
I was saying is you have been given a function fx. Similarly, you have been given a function gx, okay? And then you have been asked, h1 is a new function, and that function, how are you getting is fx minus gx, okay? And the different other function is h2, and then h2 you are getting as gx minus fx. Now you have to calculate the sum of h1x, sum of the root of the h1x. So you can calculate h1x, right? You can directly write it like this and then subtract this gx from fx. You'll get some function, right? Quadratic equation. Similarly, you can calculate h2x also, and you have to calculate the sum of the root. Sum of the root, you already know that, right? The formula is basically b upon it, minus b upon it. You can calculate that. Similarly,
So
you can
we have to calculate sum of roots and product of roots. That's
correct. But if you have been asked to to tell about the characteristic of the roots, what you can calculate is determinant, right? This value you can calculate it to know whether the values are complex or a real number. So here you are getting a real root, right? And the root is also distinct, like you have a two different root, right? So from here you can get it directly, right?
And
Then-
the roots, the sum will be for h1x and product will be for h2x.
Yeah, product I have asked for h2x. So for that you have to calculate h2x, that is basically gx of minus fx, and then you can calculate the product by c upon a.
Okay, okay.
I have a doubt in the domain question.
Yeah.
So in that, if we had to find the range, then we would need that equation of f of x, right?
Range, I don't think so you'll be able to calculate the range for this question.
So in the practice, this is from the practice assignment. So there, they had asked like calculate the range. So the answer was inadequate information. So I was wondering what information we would need to calculate the range. Is it the equation of the f of x?
Fx, because fx is not given, right? If you have not given fx, because we don't know any information about fx, right? We just know
Okay.
that okay, the function, there is some random function and the domain is alpha from alpha to beta. So there can be any function, right? It can be anything, right?
Okay, so if the equation was given and if we had those alpha beta values, then how
Then
would we calculate the range?
yeah,
We'll
then
just
we can
substitute
calculate.
it.
Correct. We can calculate after that, after seeing that form, like the function. Okay, there can be a different like function where the function is also been given, then also will not be able to calculate it, but most probably you'll be able to if you have been given the function, if you have been given the information regarding the function. If this is a quadratic equation, you can directly calculate it. For the other equation, you have to check how will you calculate it. So it's vary from function to function. If this is a quadratic equation, you don't have to worry. Like range, at least you don't have to worry because it will go from your vertices to the infinite, right? Or from vertices to the infinite. If it is going something like this, it will be from this vertices to the infinite. And if it is going like this, from the vertices, from minus infinite to the vertices, the range.
Oh, okay. So okay. So we just need to calculate the vertex and we can find the range if the function is given.
If the function is quadratic equation, if the function is a different one, polynomial or something different, then you have to check it like you have to like go accordingly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Anything else from this question? Anyone having any doubt? Yeah. If you don't have anything, we'll just close it. We'll meet it, I guess. In the next session is, I guess, on the Friday. Yeah. So we'll meet on that day. We'll discuss week 4. So if you haven't submitted the graded assignments, please submit it by today, or I guess tomorrow is the deadline. So please submit it.
Sir, can we resubmit it?
You can resubmit it any number of times. Yeah, the last submission will be counted the final.
Sir, can you please share the slide in the chat box?
Chat box. Okay, how can I share it? Okay, let me check it whether I'll be able to or not. Okay, I need to upload it in the G drive, then only I'll be able to. Okay, wait. I'll upload this on the portal. Okay, I'll upload this on the portal. Okay, don't worry about that. It will be uploaded by tomorrow morning. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining the session. Bye. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
Yeah. Good night.